Did our cotton candy wine get any better after a year?
Let's find out.
Welcome to the tasting room, where we drink adult beverages
and judge them.
I'm Brian.
I'm Derica.
And this is our cotton candy wine, which we bottled on May 25th of 2025. It is 11.5% ABV and 1.016 final gravity. And I have not been looking forward to this tasting. I'll just be honest. I remember the original. I didn't like it. But
we got to get this in these glasses, which means it's time for
the pour cam. All right, so first things first. In the bottle, this is not very clear. It's got a haze. Do we care?
No, we do not.
Yeah. Some people might care. And you know what I say to those people? You don't get any more.
It is an interesting color. It's kind of like a
pale tea.
Peachy.
Yeah, it's not pink like you'd think cotton candy would be.
No.
And the cotton candy grapes, here's my honest assessment. When I tasted them as just grapes, they had a mildly reminiscent cotton candy flavor, but after a while, they really didn't taste like it at all. They tasted like grapes.
Which is interesting because I think even though they're marketed as a trademarked grape,
they're pink. That's about the only thing that makes them. And no, they were green. What am I saying? They were green.
We have friends of ours who actually fermented cotton candy grapes, and they had a much different experience. So
I think it could be different varieties of,
yeah.
I mean, terroir. It's a thing.
It is. It is.
Where your grapes are from means a whole lot. So maybe we got crappy grapes. But the color of it doesn't look like cotton candy to me. It looks like a pale tea.
I enjoy the color, though.
No, I'm not complaining about it. I'm
Sure.
describing it.
Yes.
This does not make me think cotton candy wine.
It kind of reminds me of a cross between our shimmer wine and our Miravoir.
They haven't seen that yet.
Well, they've seen Miravoir.
Not shimmer wine.
You've seen Miravoir, right?
If you haven't, we'll wait. Go watch it. It was good.
Link in the description below.
Yeah. And when shimmer wine comes out, you should watch that too.
Sure.
Now on the smell. This smells familiar. This smells like something we've made before. Something that was deep and rich.
Very aromatic. Like it feels
heavy.
Heavy, yes.
It looks like it's a light white wine, but it's not at all.
It smells so much more than that. We didn't oak this, did we?
I have no idea, but I don't think so. I don't get oak notes at all. What I'm getting is like a caramelized sugar.
Yeah, like it almost smells like a boucher, which it's not.
Yeah, caramelized sugar, almost even an apple note.
Yeah.
But it smells rich and heady. Yeah, not what I recall of this at all. And before anybody freaks out, we don't look at what we did before on purpose because I want to taste it as it is today. It's bad enough that I have a biased memory of it. I'm trying to be impartial, and so far it's surprising me because I don't remember that smell. And I remember that smell from other things, just not from this.
We're both swirling and
swirling like crazy.
Because it could need to breathe and maybe...
Accelerated breathing, that's what we're doing right here.
It's not an unpleasant smell. No. It's just
It's not what I expected.
It's an unexpected smell.
So...
That's a good word.
Did we describe it well enough? Thick, rich, heady, floral, little apple.
Sure. And definitely caramelized.
Like a burnt sugar. Or not burnt, cooked sugar.
Yeah.
Because it's not burnt. Not that far. All right. Are you ready to go in for a taste?
Yes.
Okay, everything that I just described in the smell is in the taste, but it doesn't taste like cotton candy at all.
It has a really lovely sensation in the mouth. It's like creamy almost.
Yeah, it tastes nice. It tastes like a sweet dessert style wine.
It is very unusual.
It could use a little more acid profile. It's got what feels like a decent tannic content. Sweetness level might be just a little overpronounced, and that might be giving it that caramelized note. If it had a little bit more acidity, it might balance out just a touch.
Yeah, my first sip, it didn't even taste like a wine to me. It tasted like a...
What is this? 11.5%.
Like almost like a mead or something.
Yeah, it tastes more like a mead than a wine.
But then the second sip, I guess I got to acclimate to some of the more prominent flavors. And I'm like, oh, there's the wine notes.
It tastes like this might have been sweetened with brown sugar. Mm-hmm. That could be the caramely kind of notes that I'm getting. And we might have. Somebody's going to tell me in the comments. She's going to look it
I'm
up.
going to look it up because I'm curious.
Well, now that we said it, we can
I'm
look
curious.
it up. Water to a gallon, half packet 71B, 1 pound of white sugar, and then
Fermento.
vanilla extract.
Vanilla extract. Okay, the vanilla to make the... Okay. Curious.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot more flavor-wise than what the ingredients list.
Yeah, I would have sworn this was brown sugar. Even the color would make me think brown sugar. But we didn't. So, good thing I didn't swear. Okay. I was not looking forward to this, as I said. I really didn't expect this to taste good at all. This is not bad.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite thing ever, but it's not bad.
For me, it's either an experimental, like an experience style beverage or a pair with food. Like I could see this paired with something spicy and potent that would off-play its caramelized flavor, caramelized sugar flavor.
I can see this as a blender, meaning using this to blend with something that might be more bitter or too acidic.
Okay.
Because I think the sweetness level, I'm not going to say it's too sweet, but the sweetness level mixed with the lack of tannin, or the lack of acids and just a little bit of tannin is making it kind of flat to me.
It's really unusual. It's actually hard for me to place it in a specific niche.
I think I know what I'm remembering. Remember when we made table grape wine? Mm-hmm. That's what this tastes like and smells like. That's where those smells are coming from. And I'm wondering if it's because table grapes, cotton candy grapes, and things like that are made for like eating, don't have the same sugar content as grapes for winemaking.
Right.
They have more water than sugar, more water than the other ones have. And in that process, when you try to make wine out of them, you may end up with like more tannin than you normally would want to. But we ended up sweetening it more to make up for things, and it threw things completely out of balance, which is why they have there's a distinctive smell and taste that I got in this and in our table grape wine.
Yeah.
That I don't get in other things. So it's got to be something along those lines. I'm probably not describing it real well, what it actually is, but that.
Yeah.
The more I'm exploring it, I'm getting a little bit of a bitter note on the front, which I don't like. And I remember that note was all through it when we tried it the first time around. It was all just this weird, incongruous taste. Whereas now it mellowed significantly. I think another year and this might actually be good.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. I can't say that I hate it. I could drink it. We put it on, we made it cold.
Yeah, we put it in the fridge.
It's not real cold.
I don't know if you'd want it on ice. I think
I'd put it on ice, yeah.
For me, I feel like thinning it with ice might make it too thin.
It might thin that.
It's aggressive
weird
and thin at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's really difficult for me to be putting this in proper verbiage.
Yeah. It's not great.
But it's not awful.
Right. It's so different that it's like its own thing.
I don't know what you are.
It really tastes like, okay, here's what it tastes like. A really dry, kind of cheap white wine mixed with a standard mead without any additional tannins. That's what this comes across as. I get the winey notes, but I'm also getting like honey notes.
Yeah.
It's sweet, and it's sweet enough. I would not want this any sweeter.
Yeah. I think it's the sugars in the fruit plus the sugar that we added is bringing the sweetness forth, but it really doesn't.
But it's not really doing much for it.
Have much more than.
Doesn't have any oomph.
But it does have oomph. It's just a weird oomph. It's an uncategorizable oomph.
It's woomph. I don't even know what that means.
Oh, do you have a number?
Okay, before we give it a number, on your screen, you should be seeing our scorecard, which goes from 1 through 11. For the longest time, I thought that 5 to 7 was considered good. It's actually 4 to 7.
Okay.
Below 4 is crap. Above 4 means it's pretty decent.
Somebody corrected you, didn't they?
No, I saw it.
You saw it?
Yeah, nobody said a word.
You read your own notes.
I read my own note. I'm the one that made that up. I'm surprised no one told me. But anyway, what you don't see on there is the 0, which is reserved for those things that just absolutely suck. I'm going to go on a limb and say this is not a 0 or a 1 or an 11 or a 10 or a 2 or a 3 or a 9 or even an 8, probably. Do you have a number?
Yes.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 5.5. Yeah. This is like, I drink it, but I wouldn't reach for it. Like if somebody said, hey, I got this cotton candy wine. You want to try it? I'd have a glass.
Okay.
I might not go back for more. Or I might.
I feel like this has a place in my world. I've just yet to figure out what that place is. I want to pair it with like some spicy Korean barbecue.
In my opinion, its place is in someone else's glass.
Fair enough.
It's just not my thing. I don't
Have
really
you
like it.
tried fermenting with cotton candy grapes? Let us know your experiences in the comments below.
Hopefully, you had a better experience than we did. Although this wasn't bad.
Yeah.
This wasn't bad. We're making a big deal of it.
meh.
Just being silly. Yeah, it's meh. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.